Geminis, welcome to your love reading for January 2020. Thank you so much for your patience and waiting while I finished up my sun moon readings. I had to get those done and I am back. I know I'm late. But anyways, so if this resonates, consider a personal reading. My rates info and my email are below. Just send me an email and we can make that happen. Otherwise, let's get to your reading. Holy Spirit, angels, divine guides, universe, can you please provide your truth, your wisdom, your clarity, and your insight for Geminis for love, January 2020? What do you see? What do they need to know to reach their higher ground, become closer to universe, closer to the divine, for their greater good? Any messages that you have, oh, my face was itching, will be greatly appreciated. And we thank you. Geminis, love, January 2020. What do you see? What do they need to know? Any messages, please? What are the previous energies that Gemini passed out of prior to January? We have the Hermit card in the reverse. Sorry, that's just crazy that came out. And I'm talking to somebody in particular out there who will get that. But anyways, okay. Energies for, okay, we have the Five of Wands in the upright. Ready, and I will be leaving a link below for what your love interest is thinking or feeling, whether it's a crush, a current, an ex, a soon-to-be ex, or whoever's in this reading. And then also, I'm finished my 2020 sun moon readings. Go check those out in my playlist. Check out your 2019 sun moon readings in the playlist. See if they rang true for you. Energies moving out of January and transitioning out of February, moving forward. We have the Princess of Swords in reversed. And then just keep in mind, you can always ask me a question on Instant Go. Check me out on Facebook or Insta. Like, share, subscribe, and or donate. Support of my videos and link below. Okay, alrighty then. So we have the Hermit card here in reverse for you all. That's the card of Virgo. If that resonates for some of you. This is interesting though, because I see where this is kind of going. I don't necessarily think that this is a relationship read. Okay, I'm not getting that. What I'm seeing is for you guys, whoever this reading is for, I'm trying to see if this is going well, let me tell one story and then let me see if it kind of segues or kind of branches off into the other. But what I'm getting for the Hermit card, you guys are just like, you're tired of being single, you're tired of being alone, you kind of feel isolated, you know, or you were feeling that way. This was prior to, you know, but feeling like nobody's reaching out to you, you don't want to reach out to anybody. And one of the reasons why this is happening, or one of the reasons why you might be in this single state or tired of being single, is because, you know, you're just not using the time really to kind of have the personal reflection that you should to kind of get to where you need to be. And I'm not saying that, you know, I mean, don't take that in the wrong way, but, you know, is there more work you need to do? Is there soul searching that you've been avoiding, or what have you? But that's, you know, what I was kind of getting from that card. So I think in January, what you do is you throw yourself into the dating pool. I feel like so either you do online dating or you go out or what have you. And I think you're finding out that it really is, the Five of Wands for me can be either you're somebody that's quite a catch and there's a lot of people that are fighting over you, or that you like somebody and you realize how competitive it is, just dating in general, how competitive it is like nowadays, and getting in there and being rivalrous and having to compete with other people and all of this other stuff. I am feeling for most of you, I feel like you go in and you're like kind of dating, and the people that you're meeting are just kind of like ill, you know? You're not kind of, I read something recently, and it was kind of interesting, that like 50% of the people that are on online dating are actually avoidants or emotionally unavailable, because the secure people like get to, you know how people always say, oh, all the good ones are taken. It's kind of like that concept. The people that are secure in their attachment or how they are just go off with someone and they go to have a long relationship, and then the others are kind of continually have failed relationships and then are just regurgitated into the system so that they end up being the majority. And that's what I feel like. I feel like you kind of go into the dating pool or get out there. And I mean, it's a shame because here you were withdrawing and you're like, almost like licking your wounds, like, oh, nobody likes me, or I don't want to go out there, coming up with a variety of reasons. And then you get the gumption to throw yourself out there. Once you throw yourself out there, you're just like, oh, is this like all that's available? Where are all the good people? You know what I mean? Whether you're male or female. And these are the people that you just kind of see. And a lot of people, I get the sense, are like fighting to kind of be with you, and you're just turned off by it all. Like, really, that this is what's interested in me, this is what's available. So believe it or not, I kind of get that there's more than a few people that you turned down, is what I'm sort of getting. And as you move out of January, and this is the part that sucks, it isn't good, you'll get somebody, or you'll get a few people that are slighted by this. And they'll kind of say things about you because they didn't get what they wanted, they didn't get the attention that they wanted. So rather than kind of say something to you, they're kind of saying, ew, like, ew, what a bitch, ew, you know what I mean? Or, ew, what a jerk, or, that guy was a jerk, or, oh my God, that girl's such a bitch, you know what I mean? Like terms like that are just not nice because they didn't get you. It's kind of like sour grapes. So then they have to say things about you to other people. You might hear about these things, you might not. I'm just getting a real sour grapesy kind of thing with this, okay? So, I mean, this is... probably not, and I'm not seeing this going another way. I'm just letting you guys know this seems more like a single read for people that are going out and dating, which is gonna, I'm wondering how many of you are actually gonna want to click on the Vimeo reading after this about what your love interest is thinking, because it doesn't look like or maybe you did have a love interest prior to being single and you're going to want to know what's going on with them. Why is the Hermit card here reversed? Who's this person? What's this energy? Energies prior to Gemini. And for some of you, you're just like, you know what? With the Hermit card, I'm just better off single. You might have had a relationship and you went through crap and you're like, you know what? I'm better off single. I don't need this. I'm done. There's something better for me out there. But then when you go out and you try to find something better, it's kind of like, wow, this is a dog eat dog world out here. Is this, is this the best produce in the market? King of Wands in reversed. Two of Swords. Yeah, you just don't. And I feel like you're healing from something. You can be healing from some sort of relationship that really knocked you on your feet in regards to confidence. And you withdrew because you're going through this period of, I'm not good enough, or I'm never going to find anybody, or I feel like I suck, or a period where you're kind of beating yourself up a little bit that kind of affected your esteem. And the Two of Swords to me is not wanting to decide one way or the other when it comes to relationships or dating, because damned if you do, damned if you don't. But feeling like maybe you are going to have to decide at some point. But right now, this space you're in, you're just kind of like, well, I don't want to go that way or that way because that sucks and that sucks, So I feel like you came out of something, but with the Three of Swords, I feel like you came out of this, you healed from this, and there was a point when you were like, okay, well, I'm ready to move on now. I think I am. I think I'm ready to dip my toes in the water, prior to January. And then, it was hard to move on, but you're kind of getting there. You're kind of feeling like you want to see what's out there. You've accepted the pain, and some of you might have actually gotten an apology. Say, hey, I'm sorry that, things happened the way they did with us, and maybe you kind of needed that in order to move on. So I feel like you do make an attempt to heal and move on, but then, it's like you step out of the frying pan into the fire here. Why is the Five of Wands here in the upright? Who's this person? What's this energy? For a Gemini. Additional messages. And I don't mean to make this gender based, but I feel like people with a feminine energy are really going to relate to this, because here I feel like there's two men here, and they're literally like fighting over, to get some chick. I don't mean to make it a feminine thing, but so you have the Six of Swords, and you say to yourself, you know what, I'm going to move on from what's going on here. I know I need to get out there. I know that I'm not really excited about it, but it's necessary. I need to do it in order to get to a better place. I can't stay in this shell forever. I can't cut the world off. Some of you might have actually just picked up and relocated to another city or another town, just had to get the hell out of Dodge and get into a fresh environment before you can do this. And I'm sorry, I don't mean to laugh. Because I see with the Four of Swords here in reverse, like, you trying to make things happen. You're like, okay, I want something to happen here. Here I am. I'm looking around. This is all that's available to me. What the hell? And there's a frustration that comes along with it because, it's not necessarily going like you thought it was going to go. Maybe you thought it was going to go, a little bit better, and here you are spinning your wheels saying, here I am, I'm ready, and where is everybody? Where is it all frogs I'm kissing? Where have all the good people gone? And I see with this Eight of Cups here, either going back to wanting to go back to the Hermit, or because Eight of Cups is about, going back and not moving on, going back because there are better options out there. So being, trying to leave something and going out and checking it out and then being like, well, wait a minute, being really confused and being like, the grass isn't greener. I'm going to go back to where I was. I'm going to return back to what was comfortable for me. So some of you either might go back to seclusion and just be like, no, thank you, I don't need any of this. Or some of you might go back to somebody, okay? Decide to go back to the person who you had a relationship with, back here, and you decided, what, enough is enough, I'm done. But now here you're saying, well, I went out there and now I saw what's out there, so now that person didn't look so bad, okay? But I feel that somebody is slighted out of this dating pool because of it, or you made a connection with somebody while this process was going on and they're slighted, and that's what this Princess of Swords ends up being. Unless it's somebody not talking, like you not wanting to talk, but I wasn't getting that as much, or you not wanting to say something. Why is this Princess of Swords here? Who is this person? What's this energy? And it could be too that you had connections with people and you're just realizing there's not anybody that you want to kind of talk to or associate with. So the Princess of Swords in reverse could be, for some of you, you just being like, I don't need to talk to these people because I'm worried about where it's going to lead to if I do. Why is this Princess of Swords here in reversed? Who's this person? What's this energy? Ace of Pentacles reversed. I feel like somebody is slighted by you. It's almost like sour grapes, because you kind of said to this person or one of these people, hey, it's not going to work out, I'm sorry, and they thought it was going to be more than it actually was. They thought possibly commitment was going to come out of it, or they were going to get something out of it, and that's not the case. And here you are. I'm getting like this Empress energy from you, somebody that people are really drawn to, somebody who's feminine or has a feminine energy, this nurturing energy, that people, they come to you. Some of you might be very fertile, and people want to come and have kids with you, is the case. But that wasn't the case for them, because with the Fool card here in reverse, it was kind of like, this didn't end up working out. And what's even worse, they feel like they took a chance. They took a real chance on you. They kind of like jumped into this, or they took a risk. They didn't think about it. They just kind of like, tried to approach you, and it didn't work out, and they're kind of bitter because of that. And they're letting it be known, I feel like. Because things didn't go in their favor. And the Fool card really is about, it could have been you also saying, hey, you know what, this isn't a good idea. I don't think this is going to work out. I can't see us working out. You may not have told them that directly, because you didn't necessarily know how that was going to go over, and you didn't want to have, I don't know, like you stopped yourself from saying that in a certain way that was in a cutting way, but you just knew that this wasn't for you. It wasn't a journey that you wanted to do. So very interesting reading. Okay. Well, if it resonates, consider a personal reading. Send me an email. We can work that out. Otherwise, click on the link below for what your love interest is thinking or feeling, whether it's a crush, current ex, soon to be ex, or the person that's in this reading, whoever that person might be, maybe, or the person you came out of a relationship with. I'm not sure. Otherwise, check out your 2020 Sun Moon readings in my playlist. While you're at it, check out your 2019s. Ask me a question on Instant Go. Check me out on Facebook and Insta. Like, share, subscribe, and or donate. Best of luck to you. I'll see you for your mids. Adios.